Human League and Don't You Want Me? Here on BBC Essex, it's your Monday afternoon. We are creeping towards May, but we've still got a bit of April left to enjoy. I've got a music on the way to play for you from Teddy Swims and one of his latest ones as well. Good to see him back with brand new music. We'll have a bit of Bill Withers as well to kind of just soundtrack to Sunshine out there, and The Source and Candy Staton to play next here on BBC Essex as well. Jake Peach back with you on BBC Essex. It's so nice to be here with you on your Monday afternoon and right throughout the next few weeks with you, keeping you company with some amazing guests, amazing conversations, and same to be said as our next guest has come into the studio today. Now, I kind of want to angle this a little bit at the digital side of things. If we spend too much time on our phones and we don't have enough conversation with the person in front of us, the people in the room, and make those connections. But there are also other aspects to, I guess, good communication, particularly the ones, our most loved ones in our life, the ones we care deeply about. And if you do feel like you spend too much time on your phone rather than spending time with your partner, well, Sam Apeche from Canvey Island may be able to help with that. He is a psychotherapist, a counsellor, and a relationship mentor with over 15 years of experience. And his new book, The 6 Emotionally Intelligent Languages for Couples, it's good to know there's 6 to choose from, that's a good start, allows every couple to translate words into love languages. And everyone has got their own love language, of course. It's like whether it's words of affirmation or action and those kind of things. I'm delighted to say that Sam joins us live in the studio now. He's come down from, up from Canvey rather, and to tell us all about this new book. How are you, Sam? Good?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
It's nice to have you here. And of course, this is something that probably we all take for granted way too much. But what's the main aim of this book for people that come across it and you want them to take away from this? Because they're all about being intelligent with your language, but also communicating with the people that you care about most.
No, thank you so much. I have discovered that it's not that couples lack love. It's because they lack a shared language. Mm-hmm. And the book is my solution to helping couples discover their shared language and develop that language so that they can deepen the love they have for each other. And effectively, it is there to help them find the way that they can speak to one another. Because I discover that people sometimes are talking a lot, but communicating a lot does not equal connection.
Right, yeah.
Because they're not using the right words that brings the other person closer. Instead, the words are creating a barrier because of the hurt. It doesn't land properly at times. And I see that it's not because, it's really because people don't know these words and how to use it to be able to pull together as opposed to,
like taking it for granted, as I sort of said. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, so and how much does, I'm sort of holding my phone up here, and how much do these devices in our lives get in the way of those things? And how much did this get into your thinking when you were putting this book together?
Well, a lot, because that device you're holding, gradually starts to replace the next person, that is in front of you. And if you're not careful, you get addicted to looking at your phone and just scrolling through. Mm-hmm. And even when your partner is talking to you, you're not paying them attention, because emotionally intelligent language is all about listening. When you don't listen, you miss the cues. You miss what the other person is saying.
Yeah.
They might be yearning to connect with you. They just want to create, a space of connectivity. But because you're carried away by your phone, you're drawn away by
whatever rubbish is on there that we're watching.
You're not really paying attention to them, and you miss, that important moment for connection.
I'd love to get more into the book itself in a moment and some of the ways you've spelt it out in there. Sam, stay there with us, talking with us on the show today. BBC Essex. Sounding just a little bit like that. It's Jake Peach here for your Monday afternoon. Nice to be back with you here on BBC Essex. Hope you're keeping well out there towards the end of April. We have Sam Apeche in the studio with us right now, talking about his new book, The 6 Emotionally Intelligent Languages for Couples. And yeah, I didn't know there were 6, to be honest, Sam. I thought there were maybe more than that, a lot less. And it's quite actually good sometimes to hear about the science of these things. And that's the next thing I wanted to bring up, because on page 25, just to pick up a sort of a random page from the book, we had a little glance at this, but obviously during the song, but you've got tables that sort of breaks down the different parts of why a certain thing might be happening or what you can do to improve that certain aspect. How important was it for you to spell out these things in the book about helping couples communicate better?
Yeah, it was important for me to try and make it practical because obviously there's a lot of science behind what I've put in the book. And I know that sometimes that can feel overwhelming for people. But then I wanted to give people something they can digest, something that is very tangible.
Yeah.
And that's why, as you pointed out in the book, there's a lot of tables that breaks down those complex things for you. And it gives you, if you like, the bite size and shows you the steps, the process that you can take to start to develop it for yourself. It's almost like driving. Yeah. You know?
I don't drive the same as a driving test, but yeah, I get the gist.
And I feel that was important because that helped me as well in my journey to communicating with my wife, my children, the people I work with, and making the most of that communication, making it effective. So my brain really is wired as a practical person. And I know that it won't resonate with people unless there is something very practical for them to take away and utilize. And they can point to say, yeah, if you do this, you get this result.
I assume your passion for this stems a little bit from your career, but to stumble upon putting this down on pages and in a book, and, as we say, talk about having something tangible for people to take away from. Where did the journey for this book start, and how have we got to here today?
How long have you got?
Plenty of time.
Well, it's growing up, I had always struggled to be understood as a young person. And it's partly because I stuttered, when I spoke. And it wasn't until maybe I left secondary school that I started to overcome that. But it had an impact on me as a person. It affected my esteem because the things I want to say, people, it feels like they don't want to listen because I'm not speaking the way they want me to speak.
Yeah.
And then growing up and coming into relationship, I saw that, as well playing out. So I then began to develop this need, not just for myself to learn how to overcome the barrier. Eventually, when I overcame it, I'm thinking there must be people like me out there, that this will be helpful to. And that's when the passion started. And I've sat with a lot of couples. I've seen them trying to navigate their issues, and I can see that they love each other deeply. They just are lacking the words to, create that communication, to create that connection I wanted to say. And I felt like I've gone through this journey, and if I can put my learning in a book, I think it will help them. And that's how we got to the 6 emotionally intelligent languages for couples.
And to all broken down in there. We'll come back to you for a final time in a second, Sam. I want to focus maybe next on maybe the key things people could take away from the book, what they should check out from it most, and what they can lean on the most in the book as well. Sam, stay there for us whilst we play some brand new Teddy Swims. It's Mr. Know-It-All on BBC Essex. It's Teddy Swims and Mr. Know-It-All here on BBC Essex. I have the latest on the roads for you shortly, getting you moving across the county throughout the day and getting you from A to B as best we can and help with that. We'll also do Connect Tunes for the first time this week, 3 songs all connected together by the song titles and the artist. We'll do that very shortly. But we have been joined by Sam Apeche from Canvey Island on the show today. He's a psychotherapist, a counsellor, relationship mentor with 15 years in the business, in the game. I don't know how you refer to it in the industry. Something like that, maybe. Yeah. Something like that. And maybe he's been doing some analysis whilst we've been chatting one-to-one. But we've been talking most of all about your brand new book, The 6 Emotionally Intelligent Languages for Couples. And you said you've worked with so many couples in your career so far, and you can see that they love each other, but they don't have the words to communicate that. And this book breaks down some of the techniques, the science behind it. But what are some of the key things that you had in this book that were non-negotiables that you wanted to really spell out in here for people to take away?
Yeah. It's the part where I call the repairing words. Conflict is inevitable in a relationship. We'll misunderstand ourselves. There's not much we can do about that because we're different people. However, how do we come back from conflict? How do we repair? How do we not give up on each other and believe that there is hope and a future for us? And so for me, repairing words is something that I felt has to be in there because even though I'm 25 years in marriage, I still have...
Congratulations, that's amazing.
Yeah. Every now and then I still, get myself in a pickle.
Welcome to the club. We will always.
And it's about how do I get out of this? And the book talks to us about repairing words, backed up with empathy, just rather than judging, rather than, just placing judgment on your partner because they've made an error, they've made a mistake. Empathize, see where they're coming from, and create that space for them to offer forgiveness so that you can also receive it graciously. And then together you work your way back, to a place of connection, because something beautiful brought you together in the first place. And I always believe that it's still there. It might be, suffocated by other issues, hidden by other issues, but it's still there. And I think repairing words allows us to identify them again, nurture them again, bring them back to the fore so that we can, become the best buddies that we used to be and just move on from that conflict that we've just had. And
these repairing words, are they further than just sorry or I won't do that again? Is it more than that?
It's more than that. It's first of all, how we frame the words. So something like, I can see that really hurt you, what I said. I am sorry that did not land well. It wasn't my intention. Forgive me. So the book teaches us how we frame those words. And I mentioned earlier, it's like driving. Yeah. The more we use them, the more, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about, what progress am I making from day to day? The more we use them, the better we become at it. It doesn't mean that we won't make mistakes, but just being conscious, of what words I need to use in every situation.
It's getting into good habits then.
That's it.
And so when they are going through the book and they get towards maybe, is it kind of book where they get towards the end and they've had that kind of A to B, or is it sort of picking out the different places and seeing what's working for them?
Well, you can do that. I often say to couple, where are you? So I do an analysis and say, where are you? And when they explain, I say, you know what? Go to repairing words or go to this chapter because I think that's what you need now to kick you off. Once you're stabilized, you can then look for other, tools that you pick from the book. You can dip in here and there, jump here and there, and pick up stuff that you think is relevant. That's why there are 6 of them, and even though they're not meant to be used separately, it's a framework. But there are times when you can just prescribe. It's like, you go to the doctor and you say, I have a headache. They're not going to give you antibiotics, are they? They're going to give you something that would, deal with that headache.
It's so true. Yeah.
So yeah, the book enables for that to happen.
Well, 25 years of marriage, it's going well, and you're taking your own advice, I hope, from the book in front of me. Sam, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here in the studio. Thank you for coming up from Canvey, and I can assume we can get this from all major book retailers.
Yeah, all major retailers on Amazon. You can get it from our website as well, www.themarriageworkshop.org.uk.
Yeah.
A tongue twister there.
Which extension is it? Oh, yes, it's that one. And hopefully we'll catch you again soon. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much, Jake.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.
Awesome to chat to Sam with us on the show today, and make sure you check out the book there just for some little, intelligent sound bites from his book that could take into your life and improve things. Or enhance them even more. Right, let's get our latest look on the roads right now, and Alicia's taking care of things today.